Hey, shalom, hey, shalom. I want to start off as always by giving all praise to Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors, possible GMS, and honors to brothers doing the work in truth, what sincerity. This quick one is just going to touch on something I just meditating on real quick, and that is when brothers hear you speak at camp, or when brothers hear you watch your videos and that, they expect that you've done the research. So if you make a point, you gotta be careful in what you say and make sure that it's true and factual, right? Because we are taught to always look up everything that we've been taught, but it's a good thing to make sure. In fact, let me get it. Galatians 5:9 says, "A little leaven of the whole lump, man." So if you say something that's incorrect, let's say you're talking about the sciences or history or whatever, brothers expect that you've done your research. As in, the guys listening, maybe the guys that that are basically just coming into the truth and that, uh, you remember how it was. You hear someone at the camp, you're like, oh shit, yeah, you kind of just you get to a point where you just expect everything that they say to be correct. All right, so the 2 Timothy 2:15 is also studied to show thyself approved unto the Most High, workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. All right, so if you make a statistical, statement given stats, right, you need to make sure that your stats are correct, right? Because a brother might not necessarily, he might be say listening to it in passing, maybe he's got it, playing on his headphones on his way to work or whatever, what have you. When he hears a stat, maybe he hasn't got time to check it up. That's then ingrained in that brother, and then he's gonna maybe go off and one day be like, yo, and then 99, 80% of XYZ does XYZ, and then someone will be like, no, that's not true, and then they're made to look foolish, right? And that's the thing, we're supposed to be men of understanding, and one of those things, one of those errors, that's not a good look, man. We're supposed to know all things. Right. Let me get that. No. Slovakia. This is 1 John 2:20, but you have an unction from the Holy One, and you know all things, right? So we basically need to get to a point where, or rather, one thing you got to do is make sure that everything you say is correct. That's basically the premise of this. Like I said, it was just, it's just something I was just meditating on real quick. So, like I said, make sure everything's quick. Make sure that your information is correct, especially if you're giving out information that is quote unquote of the world, i.e., statistics, history, science. If you can't back it up, if you haven't done the proper research, you gotta. Well, you really shouldn't be saying it, you know. Otherwise, like I said, you end up being made to look a fool, and a brother will then go out and he'll say what he's heard, and then he'll be made to look like a fool. So a little leaven of the whole lump. Yeah, I've been blabbing on a bit, but it's just to get the point made. All right, so shalom.